So yeah, I really appreciate this too. You know, I know we do the toy hauls and all first, but I got to point out that I did get this awesome blaster from Zero, and Kira was. I took it out and I had him in the boombox mode, and I asked Kira if she knew what this was, and she's like, "Oh, that's a boombox." I'm like, "Absolutely." She's like, that's everyone from the '80s had a boombox." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "The boombox is all about the '80s." I'm like, "Boombox? Listen, that's just a stereotype." Roll that footage.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
It's been a long week, okay?
I was going to I spared you the boo this man for this evening.
Thank you.
I'll just let Nightwing and him have this one. But
let's get better, feel better.
Yes, and maybe get a new thermometer.
You're not sick.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night, and if you're here watching us live on YouTube, one, thank you. It means a lot to us. Number two, pop into that live chat over there. We've already got a whole bunch of cool folks hanging out with us. We'll be reading your comments, chatting with you throughout the course of the show. Also, make sure that you, if you're not already, you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, kielbasa slam the like button, and check out our Teespring store where you can get figure action shirts like the one Trustarscreamer is wearing. We've got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. We're going to be getting new shirts up. You're going to help out our channel. You're going to look good doing it. And we'll be giving away one in the next couple of weeks. I'm waiting on a Studio Series Soundwave to show up, and I'm going to bundle those together. Anyway, let's get on to it. Figure out how everybody is doing tonight. Well, guess we'll start off with Mr. Trustarscreamer. Looks like you had a little bit of snow. You already started your haul. How the hell are you? And what cool things did you get this week?
We're doing well. I mean, like I said, yeah, we're going through an NC snowstorm right now. So needless to say, we had like a quarter inch on the ground and schools were canceled for a month type of situation. No. Actually, it's been kind of a crazy week. We did get iced in for a little bit. Work was closed. Supposed to be getting some more snow tonight. We'll see how that goes. And pipes leaked again. So we still got plumbing issues in this house. And that's pretty much the main stuff. I mean, I said I got this awesome. I got Blaster here, courtesy of George of ExtraZero here, but also technically via TM Reviews. So thank you, Sony, as well. So that saved me a whole lot of heartache because they're a jack down here, Transformer-wise. I saw a Slammer once, and that was about it. And I'm kind of regretting passing on him then. But this is a nice, nifty little guy, so I really can't complain about him. So I got him. Also, it's not a crazy haul this week, but I did get the Gotham Knight Red Hood with gun fingers because apparently he can't have gun hands.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. I'm also kind of irritated he doesn't have I kind of wish he had pistol gripping hands because
he doesn't?
No, he just has the bang bangs and fists. Because I actually picked up a second Thomas Wayne figure just for the guns. I mean, he was on closeout. I got him for like $8. But still, I got him just for the.
Could you give the Thomas? Could you swap those hands?
I'm gonna try, but they'll be different. I mean, these are actually the gloves.
Yeah, but I mean, you at least could paint. So.
Yeah.
What about the previous Red Hood?
Different style altogether. Because the other reason was I wanted to get that the Batman movie motorcycle and let him ride it. Thank you, Michael Rogers. What am I thanking him for?
He just wanted to be thanked.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Mike. You introduced me to the Baltimore Crush. It was a phenomenal drink, and it's given me a couple hangovers. But I got that, and then but I did get that particular Red Hood on closeout on GameStop for like $15. That was pretty cool. And then also closeout on GameStop, I got the Stranger Things Hopper figure, who's going to be my random brute for the background, because this guy looks like an absolute psychopath. Even better, I paid for him like $19 plus a GameStop coupon. So
I think he looks like he's harboring ill will because he's David Harbour.
I know.
Oh.
And he was protecting Will, because Will was the kid
Yes.
who wasn't feeling so well.
Exactly. See, it works on so many levels there.
Well, I still need to watch. Never finish up with Stranger Things. I mean, it is very hard for us to take time and watch stuff. Like last night, finally just me and the wife were together, and I was just going through Pluto, because actually it has a lot of fun stuff every now and then. They had some classic movies on there, and they had the Hunt for Red October on. Hey, Benjamin.
Yeah, like
no love for T-Man on there.
Hey, Dave and Zero.
I know. But yeah, I mean, I love The Hunt for Red October. It's one of my favorite movies, but the wife was not in the mood to watch it. She said she just wasn't into films with subtitles.
Oh, Jesus.
Back to you.
Hit the ball.
This man.
All right. Well, next up, you know him, you love him. You probably click on his videos and his recent toy hunt, Mr. T-Man 978. How are you? And what cool things did you get this week?
I am great. And one of the things I got, like on Tuesday, I bought Hammerhead looking for the Symbiote SpiderMan, because they had two on the shelf, and I'm a scalper. I bought two. Woo! So I bought this Tuesday. Then I went back to find Symbiote Spider-Man, and Kevin X grab one of these. So they were on the shelf for 3 days. If you didn't get one, that's your problem. Where did I get this?
At the store.
I think
Target.
I can't remember if it
You got it on
was Amazon or huh?
No, I just watched the review today. You got it on special at Target.
Oh yeah, Target. Yay.
Because I watched your review.
Thank you. I got Shriek. And I picked up these two little tiny Fortnite these. They're 2.5 inches tall, because I like little tiny articulated action figures. Huh?
Effortlessly random. Watched your minifigure.
We watched that video today.
Oh yeah, I put it up today. So if you want to know about little tiny action figures that articulate, I just put that video up. I think I got this after last week's episode. Shattered Glass Screamer.
Yes.
I think we both got him on Saturday. Spoiler.
I put up a review for him. He is Siege Starscream, painted white and red and black. Pake, he started this new thing called Chatter Days, where he brings people that aren't necessarily like YouTubers, and just they can come and hang out on his channel. And he did a giveaway randomly for anybody that commented, and I commented, and it was totally not rigged, so I won.
It was rigged.
I know your pain there, too.
Iron Factory Void Legion. But somebody else won, and his rule he gave was they had to actually still be there to accept it. And that person never responded, so he pulled it again. And I put like 5 finger crossed in comments, and then I won. But today at Target, I got lucky, and I found the Symbiote Spider-Man. But what made me jump in the air for joy was I found Ben Reilly also. This was the one, when they showed that wave, this was the main thing I wanted. I guess I wanted him and Hobgoblin the most. because I never found that I never found that Hobgoblin from the what was it, Space Venom wave.
Mm-hmm.
But these are awesome because they're using that retro body, and I don't know why they don't use this body or articulation style for every single Marvel Legend. It seemed like they started to because they did it for Beast, they did it for this guy, and then it's like, nah, that's too good for them.
Maybe now that they're working with like the likes of The Amazing, he can have some influencer.
He even mentioned that on his video that he wished that they used this.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's that. What you got?
All right. Well, I'm doing all right this week. Not that it matters. It's just been a very short week, thankfully. Yeah, I know. Now it's been a short week. I can't really say all that much about it. So it's been kind of quiet. I think things will start ramping up in the next few weeks with work, but we're working on wedding planning now, which is fun. So I think Lex has a lot of it figured out, and we're getting our tables together. I should say she's getting her tables together. So I feel like this year's just going to fly by, in all honesty. I mean, it's like it feels like New Year's Eve was yesterday, and yet it's the 20th of January. So I just, for whatever reason, I just have this feeling like it's going to be a fast year. As for acquisitions this week, I too, as mentioned, I got the Shattered Glass Starscreams, and I have all the Shattered Glass figures from Pulse, and I have the comic books, which I'm going to frame and put up downstairs. I have my frames. I really got to get cracking on organizing down there. I've been slacking. One comparison I don't think too many people have made, oh no, is green screen. I know T compared him with the regular Jetfire to show off the colors, but here he is with the Shattered Glass Jetfire for anybody that's interested. They look pretty cool together. Definitely a very stark contrast. I do really like the sword on this guy, and unlike T's, mine actually does stay together pretty well, so I'm not sure what it is. Next up, courtesy of BBTS, I think everybody knew that I had an issue with my focus, my Robot Paradise Cassetticons. It doesn't want to focus.
Blurry.
I know it's blurry. So I had an issue, and then they said, hey, I thought that they were just going to send me a replacement head for the Laserbeak. They sent me a whole other set. So Cobra Clan's getting my spare set, and I've got them all packed away. And thankfully, my second Laserbeak, I don't know why this thing wants to blur out. My second Laserbeak is fine. I got my repro labels on them. And I enjoy
Patriot
this set.
Prime approved.
Patriot Prime approved. Though I just do the faction symbols. It's very rare that I will do like a set of like their repro labels. I think the only couple of times I've actually used the whole set was for that Planet X Grimlock, and for the I think it was X2 Toys did Teletron one. And lastly, I got Rig, which is the Fans Toys take on Huffer. And I've just got the combined gun going on right now because I don't know what else to do with the two guns. I don't know what guns I want to put them on the shelf with. So I've got
them with two little guns.
Yeah, I think I might go that route. But I also like the way he looks with the rifle. I wish he had weapon storage since he's got the big backpack, so I could just kind of swap between. Like I wish that there was a clip for the big rifle on his back or something. Part of me just says I might just toss it in Prime's trailer. Since I think the Bad Cube one's going to be towing one of my Prime trailers. He's probably going to be towing MP10's trailer. I think that's what he's compatible with. So, I'm going to still keep my Bad Cube one and make use of them there. I don't think most people are. But that was it for me. So let's go ahead and Zero Dave sent you news and comics. News and comics. Let's take a look. Oh, Jedi Mindset says, my girlfriend looks at me like you got 3 of the same figures, and I was like, no, this is Starscreamer in white with swords. I mean, if you look at anybody's Seeker shelf, it's easy to pick it apart. I mean, I'm only missing one of the War for Cybertron Seekers, and that's the one that T got last week.
I'm missing Skyward.
I'm not trading. Yeah, and that's another thing too. I think we were talking in the chat we have with TM Reviews, because TM Reviews had pointed out the aftermarket prices for Dirge and Ramjet being insane. He's like, $200, that can't be right. And it's like, no, that is right. And I completely forgot about the Skywarp and how that Skywarp set for Siege was exclusive to Amazon.
That is worse than, to show my age, way back when the original Chug Seekers came out, and those the cone heads were initially BotCon or TFCon exclusives.
Yeah.
The original Seeker Angst, as they called it. That is worse than that.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they came out with the variant or variants. So I don't know. I think we'll see them. I think we'll see some of these figures come in Legacy, but I have some concerns about Legacy that we'll get into here in just a second. I guess our first news tonight is a couple core class reveals, and go ahead, wrong button there. We're looking at a core class Skywarp and an Iguanus. So hey, you can finally get Skywarp at mass retail, and the Iguanus is actually really cool because he's an homage to the Pretender, the old school Pretender Iguanus. But I think this looks really cool. I think this is a neat sculpt. It has definitely looks like the Pretender shell. Like it's not one for one, but it looks like a nice update to it. It's got good paint. This weapon is not accurate. The bike mode is a direct homage to the core bot from the Pretender. Then we get into Skywarp here, and it looks like he's holding a tuning fork with 2 hot dogs on it.
I just realized it's just. Oh no, never mind. That probably combines with the Iguanus weapon.
Well, what's interesting is it doesn't just combine with Iguanus's weapon. It looks like that's the play pattern for these core class figures. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it was pointed out over on Sabertron.com. I think the article came out yesterday. Let me get it pulled up. But yeah, they pointed out that on the Hot Rod box art, they actually show, and you can see the tuning fork thing here, that it's meant to kind of combine all these weapons into one.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really don't like this, and I don't like this because we've talked that the Generations line is aimed at collectors. Why are they trying to force play pattern stuff into a collector's line? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Only way it makes sense is with the Minosaur, the Stunnicons. Like all their guns combining to be a bigger gun.
Right, that makes sense to me. Like that's not necessarily play pattern as much as it is, hey, this is combining. Ben Wincombe says not a fan. Yeah, completely agree. Mindset saying, why does he come with a skull? He loves that it comes with a fork as well. But I just think, like, look, if you have him come with his the arm cannons, they're not null rays because only Starscream has null rays, but just have him come with the arm cannons, or look, the prices, everything's gone up. I get it, but just throw everybody a bone and say, okay, he comes with the arm cannons, and you can create a weapon. But I think everybody was good with blast effects.
Oh, agreed. Absolutely.
You know, and chalk, not chalk, but combine this with the energon weapons that don't really make any sense for the Voyagers and the Deluxes. And this just kind of, I don't want to say it's a red flag, but it certainly is a step back when it comes to this legacy line.
I'm not buying that Skywarp anyway, so.
I mean, of those three, like I said, the hot rod's kind of cool, but do I need it? Don't need it. The Iguanas, on the other hand, that's unique to the core class.
Yeah, I definitely want Iguanas and Skywarp. I want to have like some little robots to go with my Arc or my combiners, or not my combiners, my Titan class figures, like the core cast. And something like Iguanas, I think he's meant to be small, so he can just kind of fit in with the regular generations.
Yeah, I got a ton of little figures.
But it's like I have the Starscream, and he's just like so well done. I would like the Seekers small to go with like Triptychon and Scorponok. Yeah, to me it's just it's disappointing. And all this is it's just like, okay, well, DNA Designs and all those companies that make add-on kits, they're just like that meme of the dude like brushing his hands together. So, and this also answers their question.
Weapon packs.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. It's like, why can't they just sell weapon packs? Like they're doing it for Fortnite. I think there's a missed opportunity for G.I. Joe and for Transformers.
Bruh, the Valaverse, did you see that you can get all those weapons for $13?
Mm-hmm.
I have a Valaverse weapon pack on pre-order. I don't have any of the Valaverse figures on pre-order yet, but I got the weapon packs on pre-order.
So if they want to drag their feet on that, screw them.
Yeah.
So every review
Memo,
I'm
you
seeing
have a good night.
Oh man, have a good night, sir.
Yeah, Jenny
jokes weren't that bad, were they?
For G.I. Joe, we do have
that bad, but...
we do have a Fan First Friday tomorrow. Maybe that'll be some good news that we get.
G.I. Joe Fan First Friday! Yay! This will be a Target exclusive. You're not going to get it. This will be another exclusive. You're not going to get it.
I at least want to hold. I want to hold some semblance of optimism here, like that. We'll talk about the Fan First Friday later on.
I ain't gonna find any damn freaking what? Not the Viper Island with it. What's that new one? That new the recolored bat and the recolored Viper.
The Tiger Force.
Yeah, the Tiger Force.
And what a white Python. I skipped them. I don't like those colors. They're ugly.
For the characters, not so much, but the army builders, kind of just because of variety troop.
All right. Next up, going back to Kingdom, we actually have a Kingdom sighting. And this one comes from Indiana, where a user on TFW has found the Coronation Starscream on shelves. And we got news. I didn't put it in the docket because I know it was found in Puerto Rico, and Larkin's Lair has. I haven't watched Larkin's reviews yet. I'm sorry, but he's got the new Studio Series. Actually, I'm sorry. This is not Kingdom. This is Studio Series 86 Leader Coronation Starscream with the new.
For some reason, I thought this was an online exclusive.
So did I.
Probably because it's a closed box.
Yeah,
I thought it was a PulseCon. I thought it was a Pulse exclusive, to be honest.
No. It looks like one, to be honest, but no.
This is another one that I canceled my pre-order. I was like,
I can see this going on clearance.
Oh hell yeah!
I really can. It's interesting because it's Starscream, but so Inutabi says Hawaii gets stuff early sometimes, so that's probably how he got the Soundwave. I'm sorry, the Shockwave and the Ravage. But those are showing up, so I guess the new Studio Series 86 stuff's rolling out.
The Leader class barely goes on anything. Like I did see them go on sale like right before Christmas. That was good, I guess.
Yeah, Beast Megatron was like down to 35. I got T-Rex, which I ended up giving to my cousin's kid for Christmas. I got T-Rex for 17.
I'm seeing a Jurassic Park 2-pack go all of a sudden just be everywhere. It's like exploded on the shelves down here.
Oh wow, it's actually on the shelves.
I've seen pictures of it on the shelves, like at GameStop.
Oh, I've seen it. Like I mean, it is like overwhelming the shelves down here, and everyone just walks right by it.
I don't blame
Like I
them.
said,
$100.
the Tyrannosaurus looks great, but I'm not buying a set just to keep in the box.
They probably think it's the regular Jurassic Park set.
No.
Yeah, one look at the back of the box, and you know. Plus, the Transformers logo is like
You got to pick it up.
Yeah, but it really does look a lot like that other set, but it still has its difference. The other one I think doesn't even say Jurassic Park. I think it says Jurassic World. I could be wrong.
know when it's half off.
I did see the Ellie Sadler for $11. John Hammond was still full price. I just don't understand how that Mattel stuff works because it's just constantly on clearance. It seems like it sells, but it's just like it's constantly on clearance.
Because they do make so many, bro.
Yeah, they do. Mattel does do a good job with their distribution. You got to give them that.
Mm-hmm.
Like initially, like
I've
when
seen plenty of the He-Man Revelation stuff.
Yeah. The only thing that I've had issues spotting, because I know Patriot Prime for a minute was looking for Stinkor, or not Stinkor. What's the name of the skunk? Stinkor.
Stinkor.
Yeah, he was looking for Stinkor. I saw Stinkor a couple times, and then I just suddenly stopped seeing Stinkor. So it's like the moment somebody actually needed something, it just dried up and vanished. But otherwise, all the
WWE Elite, those sell out.
Yeah, those, and now
wrestling fandom is a whole different gear.
Yeah.
Right, but then they restock where they used to back in the day. Like I would see a whole shelf of the Elites. Then the next couple of days they'd be gone. Then by the end of the week they have a whole new set. I'm like, wow, I wish they did that for other lines.
I am currently cracking up with the wrestling figure thing right now because I just gotta know I don't collect wrestling figures, but I am an avid wrestling fan. And about 70% of the figures that are getting released right now are people who've been let go in the last 3 months. And have been appearing in other promotions. So it's like, ooh, we're going to sell merch for AE, like Malachi Black, who was Aleister Black in WWE. Yeah, his figure just came out. Keith Lee, God, I don't know why they let him go. His figure just came out, and they just let these guys go. It's like,
5 years from now, they're going to have their big re-debut like they like to do.
I was going to say, the WWE...
some of these people, they burn... it's a whole different conversation. They've burned WWE, a lot of bridges.
You can say they burn bridges, but it's just interesting to see, like, China, like, they're making figures of her again. And it's like, she left, or she got let go, and there's a whole bunch of drama, and she did porn, and... now it's like, there she is, back in the action figure aisle.
She is dead.
She is dead, but it's just interesting that, like, there were
back.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, though, it's like, God, it's like that guy.
Dude, forget Hulk Hogan. I was watching Sting last night do a goddamn flying cross-body dive off a stage through a table, and that man is 62 years old, and he still looked good.
Dear 2727 says A Night in China. She actually was in the Avengers parody as She-Hulk, too.
I pray to God I am in half the shape Sting is in right now when I hit his age. Yeah, Tenet died a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like 10 years ago, I think. All right, well, let's re-rail. We got a lot of third-party stuff to talk about. So, First one being a really left field one. It's like Fans Toys and X-Transbots have been like full steam ahead lately. This is one that nobody saw coming, and I think it's a really interesting reuse of a mold. This is their ball walk or ball. Is it
Yeah. Ball
Or-
walk.
I know it's like a naval term. This is actually, and TM Reviews pointed this out. 'Cause at first I was like, wait, did they just up and make a G1 style bulkhead? And this is actually a retool, not a heavy retool, but a retool nonetheless of their upcoming Inferno grapple figure. You can see it's using the same arms and the same legs. But I think this is just really successful in being a G1 styled bulkhead that's also really in keeping with his Transformers Prime aesthetic, where he's got like the wings here and the head sculpt is just spot on. What do you guys think?
I would love if the Legacy had those wings.
I
That
would
would've been-
too.
that would really have sealed the deal for me.
I think the head doesn't. It looks too animated style on that body. I think they should have updated the helmet some type of way.
I think it looks fine, to be honest. I think it works. I think that had I not seen the Legacy one, I would have been in the same park with you. But I think the Legacy one kind of sacrifices too much of the character's identity. And I think this is just like in keeping enough where it could have been a G1 character.
Well, I like it. Not gonna buy it, but I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie,
I think I think it's a smart idea because there are a lot of people that are satisfied with the other options for Inferno and Grapple, and I think this is a smart reuse of the mold.
Yeah, if I did buy one of their molds, it would be this one.
Yeah, and it's something different too. I mean, I think that's the problem. You know, when they announced their Inferno and their Grapple, I was like, why? What is the point? How can you make this any better than what's already on the market? You know, especially like when they're not showing off like, oh, hey, we made an Inferno and a Grapple and it's got ab crunch and it's got all this crazy hyper articulation and it's got a smooth transformation. None of that. It's just like, oh, here's our figures.
No, again, this is inventive. I give them full kudos for this, and a couple things I wish I hope he gets. Wish he doesn't have the chainball fist.
I would love that.
It's a neat concept. I mean, if I'm going to get critical about it, my biggest thing is he's not bulky enough.
I think he is for G1.
I'm being objective here. When I think bulkhead,
Yeah.
I mean, I forget not just the animated one. I'm talking about the Prime one was still a big boy. So,
Yeah.
like a little more bruiser, I think needs more mass for the body. But anyway,
Yeah.
next.
If their design was closer to Hasbro or to cartoon, it would be bulky. But it's not. They went with the athletic G1 toy because this guy, which you can't see because of Jedi mindset.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
All right.
This guy looks appropriately tubby.
Yeah. Okay. No. I am 100% with you. And oh my god, how hilarious would it be if Takara decided to do that as an answer?
That would be, though. I think that Takara's biggest miss is that they haven't reused that mold as a hauler
Yet.
And that's a good point.
Actually, I don't know what they're doing. Why does all the other companies come up with like 10 new molds in a year and Takara Tomy is like, meh.
It's hard
Take
to
these
say.
trains.
Effortlessly Random says he still wants to get that MMC bulkhead from the TFCon a few years ago, which is good. That was a good reuse of the.
It looks like he went through the Kevin Smith treatment. Like, I don't know if you've seen Kevin Smith today, but versus Kevin Smith from 20 years ago, he
lost weight.
Skinny.
This doesn't necessarily look skinny, but I get where you're saying like he could be bulky. If they could shorten the legs a little bit, I think he would he would probably look a little bit more.
Anyway, next.
All right, next
Tons
up,
of
well,
work.
we have,
I'm gonna get that Spider Mook.
as I mentioned, with Fans Toys, they've been full steam
Back to
ahead.
Hopper. Fans Toys.
Fans Toys has been full steam ahead, and this is kind of funny because we've been asking, hey, what happened to the rest of your combiner teams? Where are the rest of the aerial bots? And we still don't have an answer to where the rest of the Stunticons are, but we're kicking it off with gray prototypes, not renders, but prototypes of the last two of the aerial bots, and there's more. But first up, we have their Jester, which is their take on Slingshot. And, as expected, it looks good. Now, again, these are all part of one combiner team. I'm sure that and actually, this is interesting. They're showing off the arm mode, like front and center. I don't necessarily think they
didn't.
Yeah.
And the hands look
I
awesome.
think this is the first one we've ever seen the limb.
Yeah. So,
maybe they'll have waist rotation.
One would hope. I mean, they're supposed to have bicep rotation, so they would have to transfer in. So yeah, this is some cool stuff right here, and it's good to know that they're coming. Also with the hands, you can see here, you get the splay for the fingers. What else is interesting is it looks like the palm is actually articulated, so you can get some dynamic articulation on that thumb, which is pretty cool. And I don't know of any other combiner hands that do that right now.
That's a good looking palm.
Yeah. Makes a really natural looking hand. So I guess I have to eat my words that, where I said, these aren't going to be doing anything different, at least with aspects of the combined mode, it will be. It's just interesting that how long has this been in the making? I mean, I want to say we got the first ones in 2019.
Has it been?
I think that Silverbolt came out in 2019, and then was it Air Raid that followed not long after? And then nothing throughout
Then nothing,
2020. Yeah. I mean, understandable, but it's just interesting that this has been that long in the making. So, and not to be outdone, we also get their take on Fireflight, which is being called Viper. So here the two are together. I think they look pretty good. Again, as expected, kind of more of the same. But no word on when these are going to be released or what the pricing is going to be. Fans Toys had always said that the last released bot was going to come with all the combiner parts, but we don't know if that's a for sure thing or not. So one of those stay tuned things and see when I'm sure the retailers are going to have all these up within the next.
It's all hurry up and wait.
Yes, exactly. Next up, hey, if you've been in the market for, we'll do gears now. The Bad Cube gears was the only masterpiece gears for a while. Fans Toys is expectedly changing that with their Variator, their take on a gears. It's Gears. He's not my favorite character. I think the Bad Cube one looks great. I'm sure this is going to be a good figure. But yeah, it's Gears and not X-Transbots, but Fans Toys has been knocking it out of the park with their mini bots. I think the more I see this one, the more it's growing on me. But it's also Gears.
What a pre-order.
He does have pretty good articulation here, but I do think that the Bad Cube one is still a really good figure for what it is.
It's all right.
Yeah.
The limbs are weak on mine. The hands are made like a chud figure. I like the changeable face option. That's cool.
Yeah.
But it can't
That
look
is
up or
always a
down.
nice feat. I mean, that one episode where he was the happy one.
Right. Yeah, this second face down.
Oh God! All those episodes of just concentrating on a mini bot character when there were so many. Goddamn crime! There was never a jazz-centered episode. You know that?
It sure wasn't. That's totally criminal.
Kev says,
It
since we're
is.
talking third party, point me in the right direction of the best third party masterpiece. Prime, TE, Magic Square, etc.
I got a video on that. You should just go to my channel and
T does have a video on that, and for the most part, I agree with him. Though I will say, and I can't remember the name of the company, but the one that did the knockoff version of MP44, I think that was really good. Now that company is doing MP44, where they've gutted the voice box, and they're actually creating a streamlined backpack on the figure. I'll find the info and I'll PM it to you.
it's always TE or MP44. That's the end of the day.
Yeah.
Do you like articulation, or do you just like complete flat back? But gears, yay! Next robot.
All right, and last up from Fans Toys, we've got Diverge, and this one, this is their take on Swerve. I think this is a good-looking Swerve. Now, I will say, like, while the gears from Bad Cube is good, their Swerve left a bit to be desired, and it's a good-looking Swerve.
I like him. Just like the pipes, he definitely looks like they're almost from a different toy line.
100%. It's like, it's interesting because they're supposed to be mold mates, but yeah, Outback, and
I'm looking at that right
Puffer.
now. I mean,
it doesn't look to be any
the
shared
wheels.
parts.
No.
Other than the wheels. Well, no.
No, they're not. Like the shoulder wheels. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's funny that they're showing them together when they have to be two different molds.
Yeah.
Maybe the legs transform the same way, some type of way.
No, there's no way the legs do, because look at how big the calves are on him.
Was that both of their car moves or vehicle moves?
I think so. Or no, it wasn't. They don't have them next to each other, and these are renders too. Thank you for being here, Deluxe.
Thank you for being here.
And we're glad you love Transformers. Yeah, this is.
The other one has the M on it, I think.
Yeah, it says Diverge for both of them. Well, we can go back. We can go back to.
I could have swore I saw one with an M on the door.
We can go back to Gears here. And here, we'll do one of these.
Well, maybe I'm remembering crap. I'm thinking about a different figure then.
You're thinking of Majin
There we
Vegeta.
go. Yeah, they're similar, but it doesn't look like. See, it's hard to say even if the wheels are the same. But they're also renders.
Alt modes look more like mold mates, but god dang, that's magic how they're different bots.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they'll be great figures. I can't get into Fans Toys. It's too late for me to get into Fans Toys, and yeah.
You can just get into Fans Toys when they pull a Takara and start redoing all their characters.
Yeah.
Don't
like
say it.
Certain bots just don't.
Yeah.
I don't have that gotta
perception
have
already.
Yeah.
And they already did Sea Spray.
Okay, cool. Next.
That guy. You
All
already
right.
own me, T-Man.
And last on our third-party docket, this one comes from Dame Chalk's Twitter. This is here. Let me tidy this up over here. Transarts Toys is back again. I was wondering when this was going to come, but we get a look at their metal mouse, which is their take on a transmetal rat trap. And this looks to be like one of the heaviest. Well, it's funny. Initially, we thought these were kind of upscaled knockoffs with a lot of retooling, but they're actually just borrowed
Look at
engineering.
that.
Yeah, this is a really good. I
How
can't wait
big
to see
are
this
they?
in color. So this is Masterpiece scaled. So they scale with the Beast Wars Masterpiece, which is, hey, it's its own scale really.
And the backpack
But
hangs down a little bit too low.
the backpack hangs down, but at the same time, again, it's rat trap and it's the correct orientation, because if you remember the original transmetal rat trap, this was all down here.
Yep.
So they actually
Probably has a little spin on its back.
Yeah.
I want that. I hated that when I finally bought the toy. I was like, oh, they could have put something to make it spin around.
So
Or maybe the animators thought it would look better that way, and they just did it.
I think so, because otherwise it looked like it had two big butt cheeks, whereas it gave them that, and kind of looked like it could have been turbines or something for flight. What's interesting here is this company loves their effects pieces, and they also every figure also has a stand included, at least so far. This comes with effects pieces for the exhaust pipes for his I guess I don't know what you would call the third mode here. It was just called vehicle mode, but we'll just call it vehicle mode.
I think he called it like a roadster.
Yeah. Of course, you also get his gun, which the original Rat Trap did not have. And you can, if you want, use the sword or the tail sword. I guess it just became a big lance. I think he used it like once on the show.
Yeah, I definitely remember him using it. And Black Wreck cut the tip off. Remember that?
Yeah.
My only concern per se for this guy is I almost think he needs longer heel spurs, because that is a lot of weight on his back.
But he comes with a stand.
I hope he had ratchets in the hip.
I would hope so too. I mean, they've been pretty good with doing ratchets. Like their Ravage and Cheetor had ratcheted hips. At least they had it. I remember them having it forward and back. I don't know if they had it going side to side. But the build quality on all these figures has been pretty good from my experience.
Look spot on. I'm impressed that they have the mouth opening on the rat.
Yeah, me too. Though they
do that
on Cheetor, they were able to do it. They gave him opening. The cheetah head had an opening jaw, and it went side to side.
Yeah, that rat looks way more posable than the other one. Was just basically a shell.
Ouch.
Deluxe says the Ravage is wonderful. Transart says some good stuff. Deluxe, are you getting the Optimal Optimus? That's what I want. I think I'm gonna ask for that for my birthday.
Is that a Transformer? Zero.
What's that?
The Optimal Optimus.
Yes, it is.
And of course, Deluxe is getting it.
I'm actually really excited for one of his reviews. He got the that third-party Bumblebee movie Shockwave, the one that's kind of in scale with the 3-0 stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that stacks up. Well, I guess we'll exit our Transformers news. We'll get into some non-Transformers news here, and we'll start off with something we don't normally talk about, and this is a cosplay item, but it looks pretty cool, and I think, Dave, you're going to be interested in this. We did get a Snake Eyes and a Cobra Commander helmet, and I don't know. I think
the Cobra Commander helmet.
I think they look good, but this, I think, tops that Cobra Commander helmet. This comes from Trick or Treat Studios.
Nightwing sent me this.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, okay, I got the Hasbro one. The Hasbro one looks nice, but I don't know. I guess the chin looks a little fuller, a little slimmer.
Yeah. I think the coloring on this
coloring is good. The color on the Hasbro one was good. I mean, I'm looking up at mine now. I'm just curious again how they handle the semi-opaqueness in person of the helmet,
Right.
of the faceplate.
You know, I
mean,
think it's the
I don't
the
know if I could
brow.
justify having two.
Yeah. I think it's the brow of the Trick or Treat
The
Studios
brow is sharper. Oh god damn it! I'm gonna justify having two.
one.
And
And
it's
the
actually
faceplate's slimmer.
Yeah, and the stripe is a lot slimmer
Oh
and more
god
angled.
damn it!
But can you breathe in
this
it?
is gonna be- and this is gonna cost less.
Yeah, Trick or Treat Studios typically isn't expensive. It does say it also has magnets built in,
Why?
so you can disconnect the face shield.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh god.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not.
like it.
that did dip in price down
It
to
looks
Oh,
nice.
that's down to $55.
yeah.
Shit, I bought mine for 80.
How many
I,
months
I,
ago?
I think that the side view of
you're-
the Trick or Treat one also looks a lot better too.
Yeah. Oh god. Now, if these guys start doing goddamn Power Ranger helmets, I'm in trouble.
Especially if they well, I think the big thing is, are they going to look good? Because this is all promo stuff. It looks good in the promo, but it could be really cheap materials. I mean, I remember back in the day, there were companies that made Darth Vader helmets that looked great in pictures. Then when you got them, they were that really, really, really thin plastic. So
Next.
well, next up, we already touched on this one. This is the Fan First Friday happening tomorrow at 11 a.m. All we have to go off of is, hey, it's happening. There's no teases as far as what's going to happen, but tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, Hasbro Pulse Fan First Friday. So it'll be up on YouTube, and I believe Hasbro Pulse has the link to the stream on their site. So if you don't know how to get to their channel for whatever reason, just head over to Hasbro Pulse, and there'll be a link there. So
Grab the Hasbro Pulse.
yeah,
If I'm snowed in tomorrow, I'm watching it, and I'll probably be still yelling at the screen when I hear those magic words of exclusive.
hopefully we don't hear that. Hopefully they learn. I'm sure. I'm
Good
not
night,
sure, but
Sportimus.
Yep.
I
Night,
think
man.
the only way it will be exclusive is if it's Tiger Force, because that's what they're on right now.
Yeah, and I'm to truth be told, I'm not interested in the Tiger Force stuff, especially that Duke. That's like the laziest of the lazy repaints.
Yeah, the only way that's interesting to me is if you missed out on the previous two.
Yeah. If they included some insane accessory that was exclusive to that figure, or like a helmet or something that would transform it into something that might necessarily not be Duke, yeah,
They
oh
might
well,
show Tomax and Zaymot.
I would imagine.
Watch those be Cobra Islands.
No, they won't.
Yeah, so I'm glad that we all got in our pre-orders for barbecue, because I was
Never saw him.
He's
nor
still
did I.
available on their website.
Really?
The last
On-
time I checked, he was
He
still
wasn't
orderable. He never stopped being orderable
on Pulse or Target.
on Target.
Let me check now. If
Like,
that's the case, it's fine, but
if somebody was complaining about something, and then I was like, well, they couldn't find barbecue, and I was looking at them right on the website, like, just order it. What the?
I'm
So
looking.
it seemed like they must have let a lot of go to their online website and not
Yeah.
the stores.
Apparently, yes, you can still get barbecue. There he is, add to cart.
Hmm.
So that's crazy, considering, yeah, I never saw him on the shelf, but I saw plenty of breakers at every single Target I went to. And,
Yeah.
I was even lucky enough to get one for $20. So
He must have
Which-
been online only then. And they probably produced a ton. Or did people find him in the store? I can't remember.
Night Williams says he's wishing for a vehicle for that Duke. I think that Duke's just going to be a deco, to be honest. Now, I could be wrong, but I think he's just going to be a deco, and they're going to be like, hey, we got Tiger Force Duke for anybody that didn't get Duke.
So they thinking he's going to make a Tiger Force vehicle.
Yeah. Profit Director Destro is how you take a straight up repaint to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by like cool accessories, where it's like, okay, make me care about your repaint.
Serpent Supreme or Snake Supreme Cobra Commander.
Yeah, Snake Supreme, and that was an exclusive with, box art, and he pairs really well with Profit Director Destro. Like I have those two just kind of off doing their own thing. Like I'd love a Baroness that's kind of in that deco.
That would be kind of. It'd be cool and wrong all at the same time.
Yes, it would, but
The leopard print bra.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, Nightwing is convinced that he is coming with a vehicle still. We'll see. We shall see. I'm also curious what happened to that the rest of the Arctic mission stuff that they were supposed to come out with, like the
That was
Scarlet.
it. Just Snake Eyes. I mean, just Storm Shadow.
Yeah. Because they had the sketches.
Oh yeah, I remember. I thought she was a prototype.
Yeah, I thought there were sketches and
Scarlet.
renders. So
maybe that's still coming.
could be.
But they held it back because the G.I. Joe movie Scarlet was coming out.
Yeah. And you can have a ton of roadblocks, but you can't. God forbid we have too many Scarlets.
Good night, Kevin.
Why is everybody going to bed early?
And First Friday.
Kevin has a lot on his mind, and
Yeah, he wants to say rest in peace to his friend Corey Flippin, community member, who unfortunately passed away this week. So rest in peace, Corey. All right. So we got some interesting news here. Anybody that subscribes to The Amazing, check out his channel. He did an amazing review of this figure, and this is incredible that this is actually a mainline figure, the Iron Spider. It's really cool. This is a collaborative effort here with The Amazing and Hasbro, where they let The Amazing do the photography. Got Hasbro, hire this guy. Hire him. This is just amazing, amazing work. We've seen this figure before, but we haven't seen it showcased like this. And man, oh man. As someone that collects Spider-Man figures, this is just, I can't wait for this.
I'm hoping this one is retro carded because that way I can get 3 of them. Because in the comics, there was actually 3 of them running around.
I don't need more than one. I said, personally, I don't need more than one. But I get what you're getting at. But man, this is just, that looks so good.
Did he show whether the thing in the back comes off?
I don't think it does. I don't recall him showing it coming off, but
Yeah, I didn't see him try. But
I honestly hope that it's permanently on there, because that way the legs don't cause it to come off. Even if it's just like pegged on there, I can see the legs causing gaps or the piece to come off. So I'm hoping it's just permanently attached.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah,
I think it's also modified Spider-Man 2099 white seat body.
Yeah. You know what I really want them to do is for the retro carded stuff, and I'm glad I didn't buy it before, but if they're doing all the animated series stuff, the retro throwbacks, do the 6-arm Spider-Man and actually give him paint and give him a waist.
I wouldn't buy it still.
What if they gave him a new body? Like, what if they did the 6-arm Spider-Man and they gave him a new body with like crazy articulation? Is it just that you don't like the 6-arm design, or?
He has 6 arms.
You know what? I would hope to do that, and then they make a doppelganger using it. Because again, I hate the 6-arm body. I love the doppelganger.
Yeah, we do definitely need a doppelganger.
I mean, we got a doppelganger, but
yeah. When was this figure slated to come out? Did they give a date?
I'm imagining 3 months from now. Yeah. You kept saying that it was a prototype, but that's fully finished.
That's the Ben's Collectibles line. I've got a pre-production sample.
And then they're being released 2 days later.
Right. Yeah, pre-production sample, Ben.
Yeah, that's fully finished, and it's going to be like 3 months.
What was like Jay Hernandez? When Jay Hernandez got the black suit one, you know, that was also a phenomenal review and video back when it came out.
And I agree with Jedi Mindset here. I kind of wish the Iron Spider design of the MCU was closer to this. Though I feel like a lot of people would have bitched if it didn't resemble traditional Spider-Man more. I think they kind of had to like meet it in the middle. And that's why the advanced suit was what it was.
Yes.
All right, next up, we got our next to this week in repaints, we've got Dave's second favorite segment of the show. That's the McFarlane Hour. What's not ever an hour.
You know what? I am really upset with McFarlane right now.
Oh.
I never thought I would say I'm thankful I had that pre-order canceled. But have you been reading or hearing about people who got that year 2 Batman?
No.
All their arms are snapping.
Holy shit.
McFarlane's customer service is not helping them.
What are they telling them? Just deal with it, or?
We can't help you because all the copies right now are allocated to pre-orders. And if we have any left over from that, then maybe we'll be able to help you. Is the long
why not like just agree to send the new arms? Like, you know, it's funny. I saw, you know, say what you will about Mattel, but somebody was complaining not complaining, but asking in the syndicate group because they got a Kane figure that didn't have a painted arm. Maybe it wasn't Kane, maybe it was somebody else, but the arm wasn't fully painted around the joint. And the responses I saw were, "Hey, contact Mattel; they'll send you a new arm." And the guy's like, "Oh, contact Mattel; they're sending me a new arm." You know, why wouldn't McFarlane say, "Hey, you know, we understand there's a quality control issue, and you know, we're working to rectify."
Is that the one with the giant cape?
Yes. Oz Newton says, "Just return to the store you got from." I mean, that's easier said than done, because I think a lot of people, you know, want to know that they're, you know, hey, I have a broken figure, but I want to get a replacement figure.
I want the figure, but I want it in single pieces.
Well, if everybody starts taking them back to the store, then they'll have to be like, "Oh crap, we got to do something."
Yeah.
But if you just keep, I mean, a lot of those were bought online or bought directly from the McFarlane store. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I thought most of them.
Kind of crazy.
I would have thought most people.
And then of course, whoever's doing the other thing is everybody having that stupid side eye.
Yeah, I know the picture that TM Reviews took of the Lex Luthor. I was like, oh man, this is a good looking Lex Luthor. And then you guys zoomed into it, and I was like, oh no. And I smacked Joe's face on it. But at least these figures won't have the side eye, and that's the Dark Detective Batman and Next Batman. And I think these just went up for pre-order. Neither of these are for me.
Why don't they call this line the Batman Multiverse?
It's feeling like that. You know, it's not even just feeling like that. It really has been that. I think it's just because Batman sells and there's a lot of designs. I mean, this.
And again, actually, go to that last picture.
Yeah.
There's go. No, that one right
that
there.
Photography.
Yeah, but it's that. When McFarlane started this stuff, I was one of the biggest detractors of it. because I'm like, yay, posable statues. And then all of a sudden he started doing these figures that gave a lot more free form. And now this is a prime example of way back when what I was afraid this line would turn into. Because that looks decent in that pose. But in any other pose with that stupid jacket with predisposition going that one direction.
It looks like the shoulders don't move, to be honest.
Well, the shoulders will move. Those caps are just right over the shoulder blades.
Yeah, but I get what T's saying. It looks like it's like a 5 POA sort of shoulder.
I'm just like, it's the line is turning into what I was afraid it was going to be. I mean, I was the biggest detractor for it. And then I literally wrote the words and I ate the words because I bought so damn much of them. I love my hey, we got one, guys. Anyway, like this one's okay, even though I'm not really a big fan of the whole future state thing. But it's just,
it looks like
I'm gonna be finding myself buying less and less of these now.
Yeah, I was about to say it looks like it'll photograph well. Then I saw the side, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? What's going on with his ankle? What's going on with his ass?
They didn't hire the Amazing.
No, they didn't. But even still, I don't think the Amazing could. Well, this is just it's a bad shot.
They're losing. They stopped doing a lot of what won me over, basically, and they're becoming back to the company that I was afraid that I was making fun of that they were going to be. And it's a shame that Kevin left because I know he likes to make fun of me of, oh, Dave's going to buy another Batman. No, I'm not. I am not.
You know what's cool about this?
It
has that and has 2 fists and a weapon.
Yeah.
That's typically all I would ask for. Something to actually hold the weapon and then something for him to punch with both hands.
I mean, that Red Hood disappointed me with those hands.
We got one that I don't think we talked about this one on the show, but I wanted to bring it up just because it is a nice sculpt, and for people that are fans of Arkham Asylum, I think it's cool to have. If there are some people that are just collecting video game figures, and also, hey, it's not Batman, but we get are they calling this a mega scale?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mega fig. Joker Titan.
From one angle, I guess I'll have to wait for you to get to the picture. I did think it looked good.
And he needs to stop doing these dumb little stands with the mega figures, like
that. The air pump.
Yeah, what is that going to do? I do like the paint. I thought the spine was red in the game, not green.
Well, he spilled spaghetti all over himself. That's unfortunate.
Is it mom's spaghetti?
And its arms are heavy.
Yeah, I mean that's a
Actually,
cool picture.
Are pretty heavy.
Yeah. Benjamin Whitcomb says we need a Harley Quinn from Arkham Knight. I agree. We need Arkham City or Arkham Knight Harley Quinn.
I still have my Arkham Knight DC collectibles Harley Quinn.
We really need an Arkham City Two-Face.
That DC collectibles line for the Arkham Knight Arkham City stuff was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, that Scarecrow was really well done.
Not getting the Joker getting the Scarecrow or the Harley.
Let me check and see if I still have the Harley. I think I still have Harley and Batman in one of my totes.
Wasn't Scarecrow horrible?
He wasn't horrible. He just had a weird. He had weird articulation. It was because he was like so frail.
I think his arms. Didn't he have like something over his arm?
He had all the needles on his fingers. Like he had so like he was a little bit awkward to handle because of that, and he had like all the tubes running through him. But I'll have to see, Dave. I'll have to see if I still have Harley in my totes when I start going through.
And the Robin was really nice, and Yeah, it was. Those were done by the Four Horsemen. They were designed by Gentle Giant. Gentle Giant did those.
I ripped Robin's head off by accident. He was super stiff.
All right. Well, next up, we actually have, and again, this is our last thing for Todd for this evening. The Endless Winter, and they're calling us a Build a Wave.
Pass.
Now, still have to get through it. Like, I'm not interested in much or any of this stuff, but we'll get through the Batman. Just looks, again, it's the Batman.
Yeah, let's just show the pictures.
Yeah.
Black
Adam, I think, looks pretty good, to be honest with you.
He looks kind of weird.
That face.
You have the side eye, right?
He does have the side eye.
Pass.
Effects pieces, though.
I'll wait for the Rock.
Now we get to the John Stewart here. I think this is a better looking John Stewart than the one that we previously got.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
New weapons.
Yes.
It's the exact same one. I thought it looks like he's painted a little bit better.
No.
Am I staying corrected?
He doesn't have the armor on.
You see that hole in the back?
Yeah.
That's the backpack he was supposed to. That the other one came. That's the hole for the backpack.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. This is a god awful cash grab. This is almost as bad like the Hal Jordan coming with the Dawnbreaker, which I already had. Which I wanted that Hal Jordan. I wanted that freaking base, and it's like, why did it get? Yeah.
But
this
you get cool swords for $25.
Those swords are floppy messes.
Yeah, it's funny. My targets are all clogged with the Todd McFarlane Wonder Woman with the bent sword.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, look, he doesn't even see that picture right there. He doesn't even come with the Green Lantern effect.
Oh, they just photoshopped it in.
Yeah. So I mean, that John Stewart comes with lesser stuff.
I mean, you could argue that the sword is a Green Lantern effect, but yeah, it's really phoning it in.
Yep. Next.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll exit our McFarlane stuff, and we'll talk about. We haven't talked about Masters of the Universe in a minute. Now, T, you found Triclops this week.
Yep.
And from Toy News International, the Revelation King Grayskull and Trapjaw, they should be, if not already at Target, hitting very soon. You can pre-order. Well, they went up on Amazon and sold out, but they provided the DCPI info.
I didn't even know that.
Yep. So both King Grayskull and Trapjaw, which this is some bad photography here because he looks like he's going, "What's up?" Curious to see how Trapjaw looks in hand.
Yeah, these two I'm gonna buy, but I left Triclops on the shelf.
Yeah,
he did look good, cool. And I'm not the only one who left it because there were two there on Tuesday, and there's still one there today.
But yeah, I was always a fan of Trapjaw as a kid, and I always wanted the one from the Four Horsemen one that was part of the first Masters of the Universe reboot. I never got him.
They should have put something there to stop the jaw from coming all the way down. It might be there, but somebody just slapped that in the package. I don't even know why they would use this as the product shop.
I mean, that's 90% of the time we're wondering why things are the way they are. Next up, we get our next Universal Monsters Ninja Turtle, and this is not Igor, but the Hunchback, and it's Leo. This is interesting. Of all the Universal monsters they could have gone with, and of all the characters they went with, I'm kind of surprised that Leonardo is the
I would have seen Michelangelo more for this.
Yeah, me too. This is like, you could make the argument like, well, I mean, the Hunchback and the novelization and play is a little on the rapey side, but
Mm.
ultimately he was
You
supposed
can
to be
have
like
adult conversations.
ultimately he was a character that had a zest for life. But still, I'm surprised if you like Frankenstein's monster makes a lot of sense, and making Raph Frankenstein's monster, okay, that works for me. But
Well,
the
maybe
Hunchback,
Donatello is Dr. Frankenstein.
I would see like Donatello probably being like the Invisible Man.
Well, I like
April
the
might be
idea
the bride.
of Donatello being the Dr. Frankenstein, Michelangelo being the
Van Helsing.
being the Hunchback, Raph being the monster was phenomenal.
Yeah, he's razor
I
shoes.
would Leo would think would just be better off being either something like either the Wolfman or the Mummy, or
T7 Nowhere likes this one.
I mean, no,
And,
it looks gorgeous. Just the character just doesn't quite cinch it for me.
Storm Games Go says he saw Raph but passed. Where did you see him, if you don't mind? Because I know I didn't think he was even out yet. Jedi Mindset says Donnie will probably be the Mummy. I'd also love to see a Wolfman one, but I think like for turtles that might be weird. But the creature from the Black Lagoon would be a good one for the turtles to do.
Agreed.
April could be the bride.
If Donatello, they'll probably make either the Mummy or Dracula, I guess, at this point. Or it's hard to say. But the Hunchback is just a weird choice to me. Like, I don't know.
And there's just other characters that would have used to be the Hunchback other than Leo.
Yeah. Like, even if they were gonna do Splinter, I think Splinter as the Hunchback would have maybe worked. Because they could have just done like a really, God, they'll probably make Splinter the Wolfman at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so he's showing up in New Jersey. Man, we're getting weird spammers tonight. That's a first.
I'm shocked they're getting through.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm shocked that they're hitting our stream, but I'm blocking them. Yeah, I'd at least love to see. Yeah, Nightwing says this is bot number 3. And now it's blocked number 3. I'm curious to see what they do with this line. I'm curious to see if they just stick with the core 4 turtles. I hope that they, and again, I'm not collecting any of these, but I hope that they, do the core 4 turtles, and then maybe do like what Playmates used to do, and kind of give us some interesting turtles here and there. I'd really love to see NECA's take on like the old. You remember the old Japanese turtles that had like the heavy Sentai influence?
Oh yeah, yeah. The next mutation. Slash
wasn't.
There you go.
Yeah, Slash would have been a great Hunchback.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a core.
Leatherhead would be a perfect creature from the Black Lagoon.
Casey Jones could be Van Helsing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Dude. I was almost going to say Casey being the Wolfman, but Casey being the Van Helsing, oh my gosh. Yes.
You could have the hat with the mask. A stylized mask.
Yeah.
So how would the irony be if Shredder ended up being Van Helsing?
I mean, that could also work too. Or
the turtles are all the turtle characters, all the Universal monsters, and Van Helsing is Shredder chasing him down.
No. Your audio had messed up on my end.
Okay.
Casey Jones is Jason. I think that would be a licensing nightmare. Like NECA pulls some miracles getting stuff licensed, but Friday the 13th would be a tough. I think
would you be able to tell the difference if Casey Jones was Jason? Would he just have the hockey stick on his back?
I think he'd be maybe Casey, but kind of rotting away and come with less accessories. He wouldn't come with his I don't know if he would come with his golf bag or not.
Okay, hold on. Hear me out. It's the beer talking. Someone get me on the phone with Boom Studios. or whoever currently has the TMNT comic book license, you actually have a Friday the 13th Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover where Jason's doing his thing of killing people, but Casey Jones gets framed for it. And so the Turtles have to stop Jason from killing everyone while Casey's running from the cops because they think he's the killer. I would read that.
If you can get the licensing for it.
And then April has to be the final girl. Oh my
Next
gosh,
up,
I'd be all over that.
We got one more NECA piece. And Dave, I think you might be excited for this one. And this is the Ultimate Warrior Predator from Predator 2. And you get a pretty good amount of accessories here.
I'm excited and not, because it's a lot of reuse. You pretty much get 2 new weapons, and everything else is a whole lot of reuse.
Is that an old weapon? That flail?
No, that's the spike. I said you get 2 new weapons. That Morning Star and that axe.
Okay.
But the rest of it, that's all.
Even
like
that's
the Guardian Predator.
The differences between them are the same differences between Gremlins.
Yeah. I mean, it was basically like, hey, it's the end of the movie. You need to stand in the background and be another Predator. Because we're doing world building here. And it took them like, what, almost 2 decades to do anything else with Predator. All right. I wish we had Joe here. And this is going to be a quick one. But I tossed it in here thinking we were going to have Matt. Although, Dave, you might have some commentary on this one. And This is the Monster Arts Singular Point Rodan, which this is a very, very Joe thing to talk about. But I thought the wings were pretty cool because, Joe had the King Ghidorah from King of the Monsters. And I got to check that figure out.
God, I tried watching this. I so tried watching this. It was boring.
I mean,
the flintlock pistol came with, I think the Elder Predator or the Golden Angel Predator, Benjamin. Just so you know, you're asking about that. But yeah, I just could not watch this, and I have no interest in these monster arts. These designs were weird. I mean, it's a cool display. I like having one Rodan and a whole bunch, like the force perspective of
these look to be bendy wires.
Yeah. I just can't justify any of that.
Yeah.
Godzilla was barely in the whole thing. I mean, I said I couldn't even make it to the end because there was all this weird pseudoscience and.
Fair enough. I do think, as far as the monster arts is concerned, and normally we don't talk about them too much here since Joe's still been away. Still, this is I think this. I'd like to see them do more figures with wings like this. Yes, this may not look the best in this pose, but it has the posability. And I think this is, as far as effects pieces and display options are concerned, I think this is a step in the right direction for Monster Arts.
I'm not.
I don't think any of us are buying it, so it's like,
nope.
That's a pass. But next up, or last up, we've got one from, this comes from Good Smile. And this is apparently a model kit. And I probably should have segued this one in right behind the Predator. But this is called the Moderoid Power Loader. It comes with a Ripley figure. Apparently, so this is 1/12 scale. And it is it's the plastic, the power loader is apparently a plastic model. I'm not sure. So there's also a kit for Ripley as well. But hey, if you wanted to get a good, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't necessarily say here, but I'm pretty sure that that this is probably like a pre-painted snap together kit. If you're putting together an Aliens display, this might be a really good option for people.
That NECA had a power loader. I think it was expensive as hell.
Yeah. So, this one comes in for Ripley and the power loader. This one comes in at about $83, and it's a 1/12 scale, so 6-inch. I know a ton of people
considering the NECA power loader currently on Amazon is going for $193.
Yeah, this would definitely be a good option for people. I do know a lot of people
doesn't even have a figure.
Yeah. Did that NECA do like a Ripley that would even fit in there a Ripley from Aliens? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing it.
Yeah, the NECA 30th anniversary pack with Newt goes for $199. Wow.
This is just good smile. I mean, basically, if you're doing any of the Star Wars models, I've been hands-on with them before. They basically feel like lighter SH Figuarts. So I'm guessing that's probably what you're going to get here.
I remember the 2-pack for Terminator. I think that came and went so quick. The one with John Connor.
Oh, yeah.
I found one, and then I noticed before I bought it that he had 2 right hands. And I was like, never mind.
It's like that's like Sony. What didn't he get the Starscream with two?
I think was that the KO?
Yeah. Oh. Or no, it wasn't the KO. It was the what's that other company that's doing New Seekers?
Deformation Space.
Yeah, Deformation Space.
That must have been from somebody else because his figure was all right.
Okay, but that sort of stuff happens. Yeah, but that's all we got on the news docket. It's going to be an interesting year for reveals and conventions. I guess it's not really relevant to figure collection, but I don't know if you collecting. I don't know if you guys saw E3 is apparently canceled this year. So we had Toy Fair getting canceled. We had E3 getting canceled, and it's interesting because going back to like the Fan First Friday thing, it seems like these companies are finding more and more success in doing these smaller internet focused reveals, and I guess like I wanted to ask, like, how do you guys feel about it? Like, do you think that that's the way of the future, just doing those? There's a lot of people that argue, well, you have the shows, there's a lot more hype.
Well,
and it's
you got 2 perspectives to look at. I mean, to be blunt, it's a hell of a lot cheaper for Hasbro to run their little Pulse Cons and their Fan Firsts. I mean, all they need to do is be in a room with a webcam and a green screen.
Yeah, and a lot of it seems like it seems like the employees are at their homes or their desks, and they're just
they don't have to pay for hotels. They don't have to pay for let's whole different levels here. Again, this is all from the company perspective and the staff perspective. First, we'll go company perspective. They don't have to pay for the hotel. They don't have to book it. They don't have to book a table. They don't have to set up a table. They don't have to haul the crap, set up the display, spend all day.
Only thing I don't like you said, they're at their home. So when they're showing off the toy, it's the quality we have right now.
Right.
And it's like, I can't even really see it.
Well, they always have like official photography like piped into it.
And then I was going to say that
my real opinion. I'll let you go, Dave.
Okay, I was going to say that I had a tirade going on here. You were derailing me. It's cheaper for the company, and then for the staff people, they don't have to fly. They don't have to deal with fanboys left and right. They're in their home. They're in control of the presentation. They can cherry pick their questions from the virtual. again, this is all pro for Hasbro, pro
Right.
for McFarlane.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
we lose
they
that hands-on, that thrill.
right.
Now go ahead, Jamie.
I don't. It probably we're forced to do a whole bunch of virtual stuff and sitting at home, but I don't want things to go that way. But it seems like we're having no choice, and pretty soon a whole bunch of people are about to be out of jobs and whatnot. But I liked watching people like Pixel Dan walk around to all the different places and talk to them, and hearing people have their interviews like right then and there, and having their footage of the stuff at the events.
Yeah. I was gonna say they don't have to worry about leaks because I remember like back in what was it 2015 the Devastator got leaked because they had like a segregated thing where they're like, oh well, this is just for certain people. If you're doing a controlled show, you don't have to worry about people like sneaking in and getting pictures. But at the same time, I don't necessarily know why they even do that this day and age, especially with factory leaks. Like I think it serves
Prime versus
Hasbro.
Prime just reviewed a toy that
Hasn't
doesn't
even
exist.
yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is like they're since they moved their factories to Vietnam, it's like the factory leaks have been, I think, far more extreme than they ever were when they were producing toys in China. So yeah, it's like I don't understand like why they don't when you have an actual produced figure, why you don't reveal it to the public, why you don't say, hey fans, we've got this figure coming out, we want you to know about it, we want you to be hyped, especially as all we hear, like again, we talk about toys and we hear the community hype for toys, but when you listen to mainstream news, you hear about the decline in the toy market. So to me it makes the most sense to have people hyped up and ready, and this is coming out, you should be excited, versus to counter that mainstream narrative.
Has the Marvel Legends team at Hasbro does it beautifully. They show us, then
Yeah.
they give us a leak of what the next Pulse is going to be, and then the next Pulse has a whole slew of figures, and then they give a little hook for the next one, and that keeps us hyped throughout the year, waiting for.
Right.
And then the first figures finally show up, but we're still now anticipating the next line.
Right.
They're doing a slow feed, which is keeps
I think
us hyper.
I think as much as you can say like you enjoy someone like Pixel Dan going to the convention, at the same time there are people that this stuff still gets revealed. Obviously, all the stuff that we get secondhand, and people love to tune in to see what we have to say about it. I think that hype train still exists. I love going to TFCon and seeing the reveals. I think for me, as much as I love TFCon 2021 and seeing people and everything, the thing that was the saddest was the third party panel wasn't was held back till Sunday, and also those figures that were supposed to be on the floor never showed up, so we never got to see it. And I always, for all the times I've been to TFCon, I've always enjoyed, for the people that didn't get to go, friends and everybody, trickling that out. Hey, they've got this, they've got that. Here's a picture of it up close. I got to hold this figure that's not going to be out for a couple of years,
I know, I'm with you on that. MMC did a great job with that when we saw the first aid.
Yeah.
The hype with the G2 Menace, the G2 Bruticus. As I said, there's goods and bads to it. I mean,
Steeljaw as well. You got to hold that figure.
Transbots Hasbro'd it.
Mm-hmm.
They cut TFCon out completely and did their own
Yeah.
information leak.
Yeah. And now Fans Toys has their own YouTube channel where they're doing their reveals.
Transformations.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. Long short of it all, I think the trade show hype is going to go down. It is absolutely going to go down because companies now can do their self-produced for less stress on their workers, for less time, for less money out of their pockets, and they will be able to control their narrative.
Right, because they're able to get the same amount of hype, and influencers are still going to talk about it regardless.
Oh, I mean, look what they're doing. Look what, again, We just were talking about Amazing. Now you tell me which was better hype. Seeing the figure on a shelf or seeing Amazing do a full breakdown video and his photography for that. And he did that for free, by the way.
Wow.
He got that for the views.
Wow.
Think
Hopefully
about
they let him
that.
keep
Jay
the figure.
Hernandez. Have you watched Jay Hernandez's video on the Symbiote Spider-Man?
I have
when
not.
it was released?
I'll have to check it out.
Oh, Jay Hernandez is great. He's not like a steady content pumper. He like puts stuff out when he wants to.
Yeah.
But when he got that video, that hype train got full blast. Sending Boog from ACBA, the Doctor Strange figure. That is doing exactly that of Pixel Dan handling the figure. Again, they're controlling that narrative of that information. And they're sending it to an influencer who has a ton of views, and then all of a sudden everyone else is, and then for the influencer, everyone's like, did you see Amazing's video? I never watched his stuff. Now watching Amazing's video.
I've wondered whether or not Prime vs. Prime actually is getting stolen samples or if he's working with Hasbro. I know a lot of people like to talk shit about the guy, but like they sent him to an event for Rise of the Beasts. He like posted a thing like, I was very fortunate that Hasbro sent me to this event. So it's like
they know he exists.
Oh, they know he exists. Like he hasn't gotten any takedowns or legal threats, legal action. Like, hey, you can't do this stuff before we officially reveal, that sort of stuff. But I often wonder, like, is he actually working with them? And he's like, he's very much like MGO, where he doesn't like to really interact with his fans. Hard to say.
Changing.
MGO does his streams, and he'll read people's comments, and that's refreshing. But for the most part, he just really, he's notorious for not really interacting with his fan base. And I mean, if you're going to maintain mental health on YouTube, the best thing you can do is just ignore them.
Turn off the comments.
Yeah. We love you, Deluxe. Benjamin Whitcomb says, look at PlayStation, remember the reveals. And yeah, like PlayStation is another company like, I think Nintendo was the trendsetter for it, where they did their directs. Then Sony started. Now E3 is basically canceled. I'm sure Microsoft will follow suit now that Microsoft owns every goddamn publisher under the sun, save for the Japanese publishers. So the console stuff is going to be very interesting. Now we got a fourth bot in here. How about that? Unless it's just like, imagine if like Partsformer's like, I'm taking the night off, I've got, not feeling the best, and he's just sitting around making these like accounts with like Russian names. Like, I'm gonna spam these motherfuckers all night.
I can see him doing that.
He probably, yeah. And he would, and the thing is, in true Matt form, in true Parts form, he would never tell us about it.
Oh.
Big Boy says, is everyone going to get a chance to get the new wave of retro Spider-Man figures? A lot of people seem to be finding. T-Man, excuse me, T-Man 978 is going to have, I think, all of those except for Armored Spider-Man, which I'm actually looking forward to Armored Spider-Man. But I think that'll do it for our show tonight. Again, thanks to everybody who popped into the chat, hung out with us, interacted with us throughout the course of the show. We'll read Oz Newton's here. Conventions are better in person. 100% agree. I hope conventions do not go away. That's one thing. Conventions need to stay. You cannot replicate that virtually. And, hopefully
I don't want people to lose jobs.
Send us our own personal invites.
I don't want people to lose jobs, and I don't want people to lose personal connections. I'm very much looking forward to the day that I can get everybody back together for an in-person meetup in the DMV area. And, thanks, Winston. Yeah, everybody. Thanks to everybody who hung out. Thanks to everybody who commented. Kielbasa Slam, that like button. Toy Mafia, thank you for always being one of the first folks in the chat. We appreciate you. And that'll do it for tonight's show. And, make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you ring that notification bell. We will see you all. Same Figure Action channel, same Figure Action time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. Take care, peace, and have a great weekend.
Love y'all.